Welcome back, my favorite gamers and developers. This video is going to be live coding of me testing the dice template that I've created for everyone. It may be a little long, but you'll be able to see how you can use this template to create dice systems for just about any game for the MoreCore rule set. I will be building for ShadowRun 6 World, and there, as you might have noticed, I usually build stuff for World of Darkness. This is one, a need that I saw that was on the forums, and two, there's some similarities with Shadowrun 6 World and World of Darkness. You have an attribute and skill system. You're going to click, I'm using this attribute with this skill, and I want to roll that many dice. It also has, it rolls 6-sided dice, and on a 5 or a 6 counts as a success or a hit. In World of Darkness, it's 10-sided dice, and anything 6 and higher, or depending on which version of World of Darkness you're playing, it could be different numbers, but that counts as a success. So you'll see that there are similarities, and you could just utilize the code to build between those. Or any game that you're playing, you might notice there's something in there for you to use to make it work. So let's dive in. So since I've had a little bit of time to think about this, I wrote out some loose specs on how I want this to work. In Shadowrun, just like World of Darkness, you have a skill plus an attribute. You roll 6-sided dice. It's a success or a hit, as they call it, if it rolls a 5 or 6. I'm going to use the mod stack for this because I want to allow them to go and click like dexterity and then firearms, or strength and fight, or brawl. I can't remember the name of the skills. It's changed over the millions of generations of Shadowruns. But they should be able to go click those and then click a roll. And once it rolls, it will roll the number of dice that are supposed to go with this. There are abilities that allow you to buy dice or buy hits. So you spend your edge, which is a resource that's in the game, and then you can get a certain number of dice. There's glitches in the game. If you roll half of your dice pool is ones, you get a glitch. If half your dice pools are ones and you have 0 hits or 0 successes, you get a critical glitch. Glitches are something for GMs to mess with you. And so what I'm thinking about with a glitch is drop an effect on the combat tracker, just to remind the storyteller, GM, whatever they're called, that the character has a glitch that should happen to them at some point. The effects list, I want to be able to set up Explode 6 because there are abilities that allow you to explode explode your 6s on your dice. I can't remember if in 6th World they have another ability that allows 5s to also explode. I don't think they do, but what I'm going to do anyways, I'm going to code it to where it's just explode 6, and then that way they can type in whatever number they want here. If they type in explode 3, it will explode with 3s and higher. And then you can also put curses, I'm doing air quotes, on other characters, so when they roll 1s and 2s, those count towards their glitches. So I'm going to want these two expressions in effects. Cap number of hits, I'm not going to cover that here. I'm not going to cover that under effects. I'm going to cover that under mods. So in the mod stack, there's going to be the cap number of hits. It's equipment. So basically, it's a damage cap. And what that will do is, if when they click that weapon or a piece of equipment, when they're finalizing the damage, it will decide how much to actually give to the other character. So let's say somebody rolls, I don't know, 10 hits to on a Dex firearms check, and the other person rolls 4 hits for their dodge. So that's a difference of 6. If they're using a weapon or an item or an equipment, whatever it is, that has a cap on it, then it's only going to deal whatever that number of cap is. So if they rolled a 6 margin and their cap is 4, it'll only ever deal 4 damage. Now I can't really present that because I don't know what the other person rolls. Technically we could program that, but I don't want to go into that. But what I do want is I wanted to at least notify the player that this has a damage cap of a certain number. So when they're done figuring out their math, they can say, okay, but I have a damage cap of blah, so we're going to use that number instead. Then how I want it to look, we're going to type in /SR6W XHY. The X stands for additional dice, the Y stands for auto hits. We're going to make this actually as a P1, P2. Then mod N for cap hits, and then like all their other stats will be like mod P1, and then the name of the stat will be like strength. So initiative, that's already something that MoreCore can handle. Initiative is just a simple 6-sided dice roll, and then they add their perception or intuition. There's other initiatives, so like if they're a matrix type character, I don't remember what the attribute and skill are for that, but it's just a certain number of 6-sided dice. It's usually 1, 2, or 3 6-sided dice. I don't know if it could go higher in 6th World or not. So I'm just going to let them roll or change the mod stack and then roll that many dice. Or they can click those, which will go into the mod stack, and then just pick up the number of d6s that they want to roll. Or they can just build it on their character sheet. But MoreCore can handle this, so we don't need to program anything for that. The output, I want it to look something like this. So it's going to have the character and the roll info. MoreCore already does this, or most of the dice setups already do this. The damage cap, I want that to display. And then I want it to display if there's a glitch alert or crit glitch alert. That way they know what they rolled. So let's put together our fantasy ground. So create new. 6th World. Dice. Pick MoreCore. Put our little fix in. Let's get it started. Do our standard setups first. Console, reload, save, create a character, Bob the Dob. Yep, that's my go-to character name, if you haven't figured that one out already. /mod P1. Skill. Roll. Now the roll is going to be ShadowRun 6th World SR6W space P1 H P2 SR6W P1 H P2. We're going to hide. Oh, I want 2 to show. I'm going to move this slightly off screen so I can have something to reference. Our P1 are going to be additional dice. There's some abilities and some equipment and other things that allow them to add additional dice. And then our P2 will be by hits. I'm going to call it by auto hits. Yep. Okay. So clicking this should fail. Nothing should happen because nothing is built yet. Clicking this should add to the modifier. We're going to go ahead and give that a 3 and this a 2. So that's the modifier. It's only going to show the +2 because I added the 3 later. And let's add a equipment. So like the player would say, I don't know, big gun, whatever it's actually called. Enable formula, it's going to be mod P1 and then cap hits. And we're going to hide P2 and P3. So these will be dice that they'll want to set up in their rolls so the players can drag them over and use them. Does it go the other way? You know, I've never tried that. It does. Cool. So GM would set up their roll section to be like that. Cool. We're also going to want a combat tracker and throw Bob the Dob into here. And let's also go ahead and throw Bob the Dob down here. Put the combat tracker also down here. I can close this now. Let's give the Bob the Dob a couple victims. Yo man. That dude. And give them some tokens. Yo man and that dude. Cool. Make them the bad guys. And let's go ahead and give him explode 6, even though we can't use this yet. I just want to have something there so I could see it. And then, oh, actually I should have set him up here. So let's put explode 6 into here. And also put in glitch 2 here, and I want to make explode 6 lowercase e. And I think that should do it. I'll put the FX table down there just in case I need to reload them real quick. And I think our Fantasy Grounds is set up. So let's go ahead and save since I'm going to exit. Actually, I'm going to wait to exit, but I will go ahead and restore the window. Now let's go ahead and copy over the template. You could find this down in the Git. But I want to make a copy, and then I want to tag on what dice this is. And let's go ahead and open this up in our IntelliJ. Okay. Let's get a few things out of the way first. Actually, let's go to our scripts. This, I want to copy and paste this. And then I want want to search for all of these. What I did there was I highlighted them all and hit enter. All right, so this is our original. I want to leave that alone. That's in case I mess up. Or if I actually need to build a second dice for the game that I'm currently running. I could just copy and paste it again. So make this ShadowRun 6 world. Go here to add dice. Copy paste it. ShadowRun 6 world. Copy, paste. Pipe. ShadowRun 6 world. Copy, paste, paste. I don't know why we'd cap it here, but actually I'd kept the whole thing. Alright, copy and paste. Duplicate this, go grab our path. I think this should do it. So let's exit back out to the launcher, and let's add the die. ShadowRun 6 world for MoreCore, great. So now when I click it, something should happen. Something does happen, not obviously it's not working. ShadowRun 6 world help. Cool, we're getting some text. So that means it's working and it's been added to the system. So first things first, I like to go and take care of this. This is the explanation. You will find some dice in the system. This has been forgotten. So in my template, that's why I have it up here at the top. So 6W. The expected parameter will be P1, H, P2, example 2H3 firebomb. P1 stands for additional dice. P2 stands for auto hits. P3 isn't a thing. And also bonus modifier is not a thing. So I'm going to add another in here to give an extra space. Special functionality. The mod stat keywords will be cap hits, and that will we'll add keywords. The first one will be explode. Explode 6. I'm going to actually write it to be explode in. Dice will explode. There's a second one of these, so I'm going to get rid of that. Duplicate it. Glitch. Lower on dice will count towards glitch. And additional notes. This dice system will use a mod stack to count number of dice, return, add attributes, skills, and other mods as mod P1, then create a role of ShadowRun 6 World P1 HP2. This will be the final click to roll dice. There, and that should auto. That should just word wrap itself. I don't want to force a carriage return there. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Presentation is important. Oops, I screwed up somewhere. 42. Oh. Problem with working multiple languages. Some, that's allowed. This one, apparently it's not. Okay. /ShadowRun 6 world space help. Oh, 44. What? Oh, ha. I didn't close it. And we don't actually need the end there. Great. Very tiny text, but the command create ShadowRun 6 world is expecting a parameter of P1 HP2 with description words, example 2H3 firebomb, parameter definitions, P1 is additional dice, P2 is auto hits, special functionality, yep, this reads right, this reads as expected, additional notes, add attributes, skills, and other mods as mod P1, then create a roll of SR6W P1 P2. This will be the final click on the roll click to roll dice. Great. So our help message is created. All right, so let's go here to on inish. Choose how we want our dice to display. Toggle on if you do not want to change the dice total. I do want to change the dice total, so I'm going to turn that off and turn that on. Control / is the toggle and untoggle comments, if you remember. And then down here, choose a dice parser from the toolbox. So I want, this is for normal looking dice, this is for abnormal looking dice. And let me close everything else. Okay, so our first, let's go ahead and clean up this over here. Don't need this. This will be an H. And you know what? I don't actually want a description because it's always going to be a roll, and that will be weird. So let's take off the description, and let's actually clean that up from up here. There won't be description words. This will have, so the first one is for additional dice, dice number. The second one will be for auto hits. Local dice number, okay, we'll do that. And while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and store, actually, let me store here, local, nope, not local. I want to store this in the container. Container dot to number. So the reason why I did this, first, anything that's pulled out of sparams is going to be a string. So that's why I have string auto hits. I want to use this as a number in the future. So I'm going to convert it now to a number. And that's why I call it in auto hits. I'm storing it in a container because I've learned my lesson. I'm no longer storing anything that's not already part of a roll in a roll. And the reason why is because a roll, once dice are actually collected and rolled with a roll, everything turns into a string. And anything that's a Boolean gets lost. If it's a number, it gets turned into a string, so you have to turn it back into a number. So instead of that, I'm just going to store it as part of a container. And then every time I perform action, I reset my container. So that way it's not just a bunch of data sitting in memory. I'm putting it in the global declarations, which this is not always the best of practices, but since I'm resetting it, it's actually not a bad practice. And I also believe in initializing. Technically with Lua, you don't have to initialize. It's just things tend to work out better if you do. So, all right, there we go. And this will add dice to a roll. The dice sides will be 6 always. That should actually be up here. I don't know why it's missing. I will add it. I will make a note to add it. There, so I don't forget. Okay. Okay. And let's, before we get too far, let's just check ourselves. Give these values. I'm going to give it 1 and 2 just to make sure. Pull up my console, roll, and yeah, it looks like I'm seeing what I'm expecting. But so you guys can see it as well. Just built dice. S1, auto hits is 2. Cool. All right, let's go back. We don't need this flooding it. Next, I need to collect from the mod stack, so we can actually add more to our dice. So let's go grab from our toolbox mod stack. And we also need split mod. Let's go with that. Okay, and this checks the descriptions in stack mod, so let's make sure we're still good. Attribute, skill, and I'm going to also add the big gun. And pull my console, roll. Alright, here's my attribute skill, big gun, and this is where I'm checking. So, a mod stat descriptions. So, yep, looks good. So our mod stack will be 5, and I have an attribute and a skill and my big guns. Cool. And it has the word cap hits in it, which is what I'm looking for. Okay. Now what do we want to do from here? So afterwards, did I grab the right one that I need. So mod stack. Okay, so if I just want to add, yeah, no, I got what I need. Okay, so if I just want to add my mod stack now to the dice pool, I can use this one. But I want to do other things because I have keywords that I want to grab. So I'm going to grab this one. That needs to be adjusted as well. And this is why you test these things. That should be that. Let me make a note. Okay. So then this pulls it in. So my keyword that I'm looking for is cap hits with an S. Okay, good. And I want this to... Alright, so I'm going to have in cap hits here. And initialize. I want to initialize this as nil. So I want to do if a container dot cap hits equals nil, then those parentheses aren't actually needed in Lua. Then I want to do this. Else, I want to do math.min of a container cap hits or this, because it should be the smallest value. That should be indented. Okay, so if it's nil, it's going to just pull in the mod value. Otherwise, it's going to pull in the minimum of those two. Clean up my note. Else, it's going to just add to the bonus dice. Okay, and then the bonus dice adds dice to the dice pool. And then let's just see if our roll is returning what we expect. So reload. Alright, I'm going to say big gun has a cap of 5. Okay, so 3, 2, I'm going to keep that as a 1. And big gun 5. So add that. Alright, so I'm expecting 3, 4, 5, 6 to be 6 dice to be added to my R roll. Let's see what happens. Yep, that looks like 6 dice rolled. Let's double check that this stuff is correct. So in performance action, this is what I care about. So my AR roll. So my S dice. Okay, dice 1, dice 2, dice 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright. My mod, 0, S type, that's my roll, 6-sided dice. Okay, cool. So yeah, that did exactly as I expect. The 5 is being added into my container. So I didn't double check that it did that, but I'm pretty sure that, oh, here's my AMod scrap descriptions, and a 5 for big cap, or for cap hits was thrown in there. So, okay. I feel pretty confident that things are being collected as expected. And we can move along. Let's can we also need a handle? Sorry. Looking at this and thinking about it. We need to handle effects. So while we're here, let's go ahead and take care of that. So let's pull from over here. What do I want to do? I want to pull from the effect table. So let's grab. Well, first, we're going to need the combat tracker. And then let's grab this. Okay, so I'm pulling from the combat tracker. I'm starting a local counter. This pulls the children to get the effects. If you watched my other video, you'd see how we kind of did this. So I grab the label. I am looking for the keyword explode. And if it has that, then yep, that's the label value. Yep, it adds the explode value. I think I want that as a 0. I might want it as a nil. But I'll come back, figure that out. So, a container explode, yep, that's the number. And then remove that because they only get to use it once. Okay. So apparently I did this for one-time use, and I was apparently thinking about explode. This should also be keyword. So make another note. Should have a note if it should be removed or not. But this isn't the actual model, so I will make that note to the other one. Okay, cool. Let's go from here. So I'm pulling those. And let's check our container. See what it has. And for now, I want to stop that from deleting. I'm going to make it triple so it's green so it catches my attention. check a container. So my auto hits, my explode is 0. Okay, so something obviously isn't working. All right. Node actor effects. Okay. Sorry, this is me debugging, seeing, okay, what went wrong? Because I was expecting explode value to go up, because I have the nexplode value will be the S value. So what went wrong? Why does it think there's nothing in here? So local if because it doesn't match explode. Because I made it capital E explode. Now let's try. Console. Let's clear it. Console. And just giving something. So when we roll, check container. Okay, my explode is 6. Good. Check container. Explode value 6. Great. So things are working. It was just a user error. All right. Oh, and while we're here, let's go ahead and else if glitch, then do the same thing. Value equals 0. Actually, glitch value is always going to equal 1. Okay. So, yep, I think we're good here. Let's move on. Alright, so once it lands, I'm going to want to... I want to check for my exploding. Okay, so having a toolbox for exploding dice. So first thing we need to do for exploding dice is we got to add this to global references. Add function on int declarations. That shouldn't be on int. No, that should be this is when the system first opens. It should be performance action. I need to change that. I already have the inexplode value, so I'll just bring these over. Put explanation. Because it's still part of the declarations. And then my exploding. Now this gets added to on land. I should probably say that. So okay. So there's a lot that happens with exploding dice. So as long as it's greater than 1, the whole greater than 1s, because if not, we will be in a continuous loop. I found that out during beta testing, or not beta testing, when I was debugging and originally creating this. I had to crash my fantasy grounds. Explode happens. Yep. I don't think there's anything in here I need to revise. Yep. So this is D6's. If you look through MoreCore, you will see that he has some special dice so we can have different colors. So I like my explode dice to be red. So that's why I went with this. Okay, I think, yep, that's good. Let's see what our output is. Oh, good. And the explode worked. I got 2 6s, and so it rolled 2 additional dice. Excellent. What happens if... just add a bunch of dice. Whoops. Hey, how did that happen? Because I was rolling before it was done. Ooh, I need to probably think about how to handle that. And that's happening because of my container. So if somebody got really creative, they can do something like that. Neat. Oh, that's me playing. I want to see exploding explodes. There we go. Cool. So I got 2 6s, so those 2, but one of those 6 also was a 6, so it exploded again. Excellent. All right. So next. Let's change our results. So get dice results. Okay, so basically we're going to have... I need to cycle through... Do I have a toolbox on this? Revise dice totals. Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and also include on dice totals. I should revise that. What do I want my... Have I already started naming my total? What do I call auto hits? I called it auto hits. So the auto hits are supposed to actually go into my dice totals. So instead of auto hit, let's call this in dice total value. And let's change where my auto hit saves. It'll save to in dice total hit value. My on dice total will be in total value. I don't know where I got my total from. Oh, you know, it might actually be from some other code out there that I borrowed. By the way, anything that you see of mine, you have my permission to borrow. I don't know who created the dice set that I borrowed from, but they deserve credit for learning about how on dice total and the whole this function works. So damned if that was you, awesome. If it was somebody else, they deserve the credit. But anyways, let's see, get dice results. Alright, so this is where I need to change my dice results. Probably what that note says here. Add logic here. Yep. So how's this going to work? I'm going to say if my end result is greater than or equal to 5, keep on forgetting. Sorry, during the day my coding is all in C#. You have to have those parentheses. But then also during the day I start typing for something due in my C# and my Visual Studios is like, are you supposed to be here? A container dice total value will equal this plus 1. Else if, because I want to handle glitches, results equals, so if it equals 1, but also since the glitch could change, I'm storing my glitch value, so starting to get too much on the screen. Oops. A container dot glitch value. Then I need to store this. So local crits 0. Equals in crits plus 1. Yeah. Okay, and so if glitches are more than half, how do I want to do that? I'm thinking... Okay, this I don't need. Get rid of that because that's going to confuse me very quick. If incrits is greater than... How many dice did I roll? So I need to know how many dice I rolled. Local and dice count. So at the end of my for loop, you know what, I don't want this here. I want this to happen outside. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, I pasted that. I don't know how that happened. Okay. Incrits. All right, so here I want to count my dice. In dice count, I also want to see where am I at? Okay, so that's greater than n dice count divided by 2, because it has to be greater than half. Sorry, I'm looking at this again. So it's a regular glitch if there's hits, it's a crit glitch if there's no hits, so I need to check that. So, and a container dot in dice total value equals 0, then I want to say a container, let's make a boolean for crit glitch equals true. Actually, let's do this. Sorry, this is my process. I have to sometimes think through these things. Then glitch equals true, else boolean glitch equals true. Now let's go make these a thing. So if the crit is greater than dice count, then if the dice total value is 0, crit glitch is true, otherwise the regular glitch is true. And then yeah. That's what we return. Dice total value. Let's see if we explode. Cool. I got 1, 2, 3 hits, and it showed 3 hits here. Awesome. This is starting to come into. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. I miscounted. Okay, so yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I got 4. Awesome. All right. So my output's not displaying what I want it to display yet, but what about my? So how am I gonna do? Oh, you know what? If I just roll 1 dice at a time, I should be able to see if I glitch or not. Am I collecting this? I need to see. Hey, I glitched. And this results a container dice total value. Actually, let me just look at the entire container. So. Okay, console, Bob. Come on, roll a 1. Why can't I roll this when I'm playing? There we go, roll a 1. After dice results. No, in dice results, that's what I want. Cool, my crate glitch is true. My regular glitch is false. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to have 1 auto hit and try to roll a 1. I gotta fix that. Okay, so I rolled a 1. This should say my end dice result crate glitch is false. Regular glitch is true. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's recording right. What if I add an effect of glitch 2? Oops. And I roll. Trying to roll a 2 here. Cool, roll a 2. Check, my regular glitch should be true. Yep. And then if I turn this off and I try to roll a 2, crap. There we go, 2. In dice results, crate glitch, true. Excellent. So it's recording. the bug where I'm rolling too many dice, that's something I'm going to handle off screen, because that's a problem with how the container works. I have an idea on how to fix that, but I'm not going to bore you guys with that details. But it will release in the model that I'll be including in the glitch down below. Or not the glitch, in the Git down below. Alright, so now I just need my display. Pretty sure that's all I need left. We got everything else we're collecting. I'm going to go ahead and activate these so they start deleting. Sorry, I'm trying to think here if I got everything. All right, let's do the output message. So create chat message. How do we want to do this? So I got my output of kind of what I wanted to look like. And all right, you know what? Let's undo this. So what's already in there is going to stay in there. And sorry, display is always something that I struggle with. Let's tell them about their damage cap. There we go. That's a good place to start. So in to have something familiar here. Now I only want damage cap to display if it's a thing. So let's say if this So yeah, and then I want to display this here. Yeah, so cap hits, yep, so the text will space down, it will say the cap hits. And then I want to give, what was it, the damage cap, and then a glitch alert. So if a container dot crit glitch, then let's add a couple more bangs for the buck. All right, so that, and then I'm going to put actually damage cap this. Let's do you know what? I want to turn this back off again so I can test this. Oh, yeah, let's add that. Let's reload because that's an important step. All right. So we roll damage cap 5. Cool. That's what I'm expecting. And let's go ahead and roll. Try and get a 2 or 1. Cool. Critical glitch alert. Let's try to get a 2 or 1. Okay, why didn't I get a glitch alert here? It's like I only get it once. Okay, why? Why am I not getting it there? False, false, but it's not. It shouldn't be. So, in Git dice results. False, false. So it's happening somewhere in there. find it easier. All right. Oh, that's my problem. Is less than or equal to. Quick glitch alert. Good. And then I change it. Come on. That was probably because of my double click. Okay, fine. This looks good, except still, of course, that bug. I'll work on that. All right, so I'm doing this. I allow them by their hits. I glitch. Ooh, I need to give the effect. That's the thing I'm forgetting. So that's going to have to happen after we roll. So we are here in on landed. So it's going to happen after we roll. So let's make some space here. And let's go to our toolbox. And I'm pretty sure I have, it's modifiers, nodes. Sorry, I know I scroll fast. Add nodes to effect. So this is the one I want. And then I need to place my node there. So we're going to use the combat tracker, of course. All right, so combat tracker. So yeah, it's taking that, it's going into the effects. Create child, it's going to add that, and then we're just going to check it. Get child label, yep. And then we need a set. Okay, so how we want to handle this? In here, we need to check to see if first we even should be doing any of this. Container, if it's a glitch or a container crit glitch. All right, so then if we're doing that, then we come into here, and then here we need to if this one, then I guess glitch alert. A container dot crit glitch, then this. All right. Actually, let me go ahead and restore this. And so when I roll, that explode and that glitch should go away, no matter what I roll. Cool. All right. So if I roll a 1, which is apparently very difficult to... I wish I can be like this, seriously, when I game. Okay. I saw a 1. Did you guys see a 1? Okay, I'm getting an error. So obviously something bad's happening. 195. All right, so what's going on? Oh, our actor. That's why. Because in here, so in our toolbox, it tells us with the nodes. Where is that? Replace our actor with our source if using it on landed. And that's what happens when you don't read your own stuff. So I should have saw that was purple. All right, let's try this. Oh. Not what I meant to click. Okay, good. We're getting the numbers that we're expecting. Oh, didn't have my combat tracker open. Kind of actually expected it to add it without the combat tracker to be open. Because it's already been initialized, so it should be there. Oh, let's try again. There we go. Glitch alert. Now let's roll a 1. Again, so I can get a crit glitch alert. Crit glitch alert. Good. They're there. I think... Okay, so... Right, I remember now. So the reason why this looks like this, originally this didn't have this if condition to check if I can actually grab the label. For some reason, if the combat tracker is closed, it's not adding it. So I want to alert that I didn't add the label. So I'm going to go ahead and add a container here. A container dot boolean crit glitch or add glitch effect. Failed. initiate this. And let's warn them. So, crit glitch alert. Let's go ahead and just add a if. Yep. Then let's keep what's there. No. Combat tracker. Here we go. And since I open that, it actually breaks the whole thing. So I just want to open up my character, and then I want to try to roll. Oh, good, on the first try. Effect not added to combat tracker. Please open combat tracker and add effect. You know what, I want that on the next line. I think it will look better. So then effect not added to the combat tracker. And so then the user will go, oh yeah, I forgot to have this open. They'll open it up. And then they could just add their effect. Oh, they'll actually need to make the effect. You get the idea. Bloop. And then I can drop it in there. Cool. You know, I think that does it. I'm probably going to do some more testing and release it, and then yeah, there we go.